to the ATM, pulled out $500, and we're gonna go get another project. So it's another kid squad. They seem to be what we're finding right now, kid squads and Banshees. It's a little 50 Raptor, pretty good shape. It's titled. Has all the parts. What was wrong with it again? Bent valve that they fixed?
Was bent, but the head's all it just needs to be put back together. Everything's there.
Yeah, so I think it's an excellent buy. We're gonna have it for one of the kids, but if we ever wanted to resell it, I think we can get $1,200 easy for it, being titled out here. So it's a good investment, and I think it'll always hold its value and shouldn't be too hard to fix up. But today we're just picking it up, and we'll eventually get to it because we have so many projects ahead of it. But he'll be in the pipeline. I think it'll clean up good.
Oh yeah, we'll wash it off.
We just need an autograph. Doesn't help with flat tires either.
Sorry for buying heavy projects.
Ooh, right?
I think you just need to find there.
Well, it's heavier than Robbie's little 50.
Is it really? I wonder
Yeah,
how much faster it is.
I can lift it all by myself.
Do you think it's faster than his?
I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, it probably won't go nowhere. Just for
I doubt it will.
What's the date?
You know, Martin, it's really nice to get a bike that actually has a title for once.
Especially a little one.
Usually every bike we seem to find never has a title, and we have to be shady and get titles.
Well, we just work the system and do it, and there's nothing wrong
We have
with
to
it.
be creative to get the titles. We're not shady, but it feels like it because you have to go through all these steps to get a title in California, and it's a hassle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we got it. We're gonna work on it. I think I can have it running in a matter of, a couple hours. I need to buy a head gasket because it doesn't have that, obviously. But everything is there. The head's fixed. That seems to be a thing with these. Something always falls down in there. I think it's because the way the carburetor and the intake is designed.
That's why I
when
think.
people take it off, they always drop something in there and it takes the valve out. And I think that's what happened with this guy. Although he says it's bad. I mean, I'll see what the piston looks like. He says it's good. I didn't look at the piston because for that kind of money, I just don't care. I'll buy a piston if I have to, and a new jug. But these sell for $1,200 to $1,500. So for $500, it'd be stupid not to buy it, even if kids don't want it.
How old is this one? This one is a 2005 model. So.
And it's the same engine as I just rebuilt, basically just a little smaller. Because the one I built is an 80 and this is a 50, but it looks virtually
basically
identical.
the same. Everything does, yeah. So I'm excited to
it's got to get
take
washed.
it for a spin.
Well, it's got to get washed off and gone through. And it does need a battery. It doesn't have a battery, but I would imagine the battery's probably dead in it anyway. So.
Yep. So we should do an update what we've been doing because we have not been turning out videos. I've been tired and lazy. This lockdown stuff's got me down, I guess. I don't want to do anything.
Our work's been nuts because we are involved in trucking and we manage a firm of transportation businesses.
Yeah, we're essential services.
And with this COVID crap going around, it's just been crazy. And at the same time, we decided to list our house for sale because they closed everything around us.
Yeah.
To buy that, we decided to buy a house with 5 acres. Hopefully it'll go through because we're
hoping. We're in contract for a house. It's on 5 acres because it was like, man, this sucks. They took away all of our places to ride, so we need to have our own space to ride. That's ours that they can't take away. So we found this house, and it's an excellent deal because it used to be a grow house.
Yes.
And it's kind of, it needs a lot of cleanup, but it's got really good bones. And I bet you we're probably getting it for at least like $100,000 below what it'd be worth if it had, like, you know, cleaned up
I'd say 150
and some fresh paint and some carpeting. It's got a really nice shop and barn and all kinds of stuff. So I'm really excited about it, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to sell our house that we have now. We have a house in Indiana that we're selling. That one went pending like the first day on the market. That's a funny story because a YouTuber used to live in that house. They rented it from us, and he had a really popular YouTube channel. And it got us thinking about, oh man, we really kind of want to have that garage. And we contemplated moving out there, but we decided it was probably just best to stay put in California. We got family and friends here. We know our riding spots. We like the weather because we can ride year round. So we decided just to stay put.
Yes, we stayed and to deal with the BS of taxes and the government.
Yeah, even though it's really expensive here, we decided to stay put. So we put that house up for sale, and it went pending. We got an offer on this house, and we just need to sell the one we currently live in. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do it. The whole COVID stuff, you know, it's you can't predict anything. So we're just waiting out the ride and hoping it'll happen.
But the main reason why we're buying this house is so we can build our own damn track.
Yeah, so we can build our own track. We want a track. We like riding our tracks. We want a track. And if this all happens, we're going to put this all up on YouTube. We'll put the rehab of the house up on here. We'll put the building of the track. It's going to be awesome. So think good thoughts that we can get this house. What else have we been doing? We've been Banshees. So Martin took the 4 mil out of the black Banshee with the green swing arm that I used to ride. I kind of got discouraged with it. Yeah, he blew it up in Pismo. I got discouraged with it. I bought the Raptor.
No, I know why I blew it up in Pismo. It was the left cylinder. It was because the crank seal was leaking.
And now I'm discouraged a little bit with the Raptor because he reared it up and scraped it all up.
No.
I got all butthurt over that. But we're still working on the Raptor. We've put new arms on it. They're like crazy wide. I'm going to edit the video for that. I got a rear axle for it. We got a tuner. Did we get some other stuff for that thing?
Shocks.
Oh yeah, shocks. The Ilka shocks all the way around. I'm struggling right now because I got the bright idea to paint my bumper, and it's been nothing but hell. I really should probably just give up and send it for powder coat, but we'll see. Then Martin built another Banshee, which was our basket case Banshee. That was actually the second Banshee we ever bought. That one originally had the 4 mil in it that went into the black Banshee, which he now took for his white and red Banshee. There's so many Banshees, it's hard to keep track. So the motor from his Banshee went into the black one. We found another motor on Marketplace for a steal with the transmission, everything complete, wasn't it?
Just needed pistons and rings.
Yeah.
At home.
It was like $400, wasn't it?
Yeah, I paid for it. It has a Pro Mod transmission.
Yeah, it was an awesome find. He was so excited when he realized that it wasn't just like a stock motor. So we put that one into the basket case Banshee that he built. That would be the gray Banshee with the red frame. We noticed though that it leans. It's got something wrong in the suspension. So we're trying to figure it out right now. He thinks it's, what did you think?
I think it's got a bent control arm.
Yeah, so
which is cool because I blew my Banshee apart because my frame was still cancerous, that I decided to shave it down a little bit, cut off unnecessary things and repaint it. And
you should
I took off my old A-arms because I got a set of +2s going on mine, and I noticed that when I bought mine as a roller, whoever had my bike, even though they didn't wash it very thoroughly because it had all this rust on it, replaced the ball joints in it just recently. So the ball joints in it are like brand spanking new, and the arms are in really great shape. So I'm gonna probably swap arms or put the long travel suspension from the
the black Banshee has Fox floats and long travel arms, and I want to take those off because I don't think it adds to the value at all for reselling that bike, and I'd really rather you just hold on to them or sell them separate. So we're going to take those off, and that's either going to go on the gray Banshee or, like I said, I'll sell them separately. I haven't decided yet. I do like the gray Banshee. but I'm struggling a little bit. Like, do I really need to have multiple bikes to ride?
The Gray Banshee's a stock swing arm. The motor probably makes 60 horsepower to the tires. Again, stock swing arm, and it's a pretty, I would say, aggressive dune port that it has. It's pretty well ported, and it wheelies basically almost in every gear with that stock swing arm. It makes good power. I would guesstimate 60 horsepower to the tires, 60, 65 from what it has. There's stock carbs on it. They work great for, they'll work great for a 4-mil, but the nice thing about the stock carbs is it's really snappy down low. I actually bought some FMFs that I had because I didn't have any pipes for it, so I put FMFs on it, and I thought I'd be choking it down, but it just gives it a little bit more low end, because with this dune port, it's almost like a light switch, man. It's either nothing or all, and there's hardly anything in between. But now with the FMFs, it's a little bit better, I would think.
And I like it because it's easy to ride. It shifts like butter.
Well,
you find neutral super easy.
Yeah, it's got
the
a
kickstart's not too hard for me.
No, it starts easy. The motor leaked down. It held 6 psi for like almost a day. Well, half a day. So the leak down on it came back good. All I did was hold it's a 64.5 mil bore. It's got a welded hot rods crank in it, stock stroke. So it's got decent parts in it. It's got a cool head, 21cc domes. I honestly never really measured the squish. I just put a 20,000 space gasket in and sent it, but it's my opinion, it's safe. I never really measured squish with that kind of setup on a stock stroke. But it hauls ass, and it's fun. The only thing that sucks about it is the cases have chain whack. They don't leak, but they have chain whack, so it's a little ugly. And it's like, well, you can find cases for a couple $100 that don't have whack, and it's like, well, you could tear the whole damn thing apart and swap parts over. It's like, I just don't want it.
It's good.
I'm
So
tired.
I don't know what we're gonna do with that bike. We might keep it. We might sell it. I don't know. Right now it's just hanging out, waiting for us to figure out why it leans. Your bike, what parts did you buy for your bike? You bought a bunch of new parts.
I'm pretty sure it's the control arm on the left. It's bent. It's got to be bent, like where the ball joint mounts in the tab. I bought a new swing arm. I went with a +2 just because of the 4-mil. Because I had a +4 on there originally, and it cracked right behind the shock on the left side. It cracked, probably from all the jumping, and it's not made for jumping. I bought a +2 anti-vibe steering stem. I bought a different radiator, bigger radiator, aluminum one to keep the 4-mil cooler, especially out of here where it's 100 degrees in the summer.
You got the Elka shocks, you got Alba arms.
I've had the shocks. Well, I got the Alba +2 standard travel arms, and standard travel because...
No, they're Lone Star. They're not Alba, yeah, they're Lone Star, sorry.
What?
Or not Lone Star.
No,
full flight. They're full flight racing.
The stem,
arms.
One thing I'm excited to try out is I got a +2 steering stem from Alba that's anti-vibe, and with Banshees that they vibrate like crazy. So I'm itching to try that out. The swing arm is going to be nice because I like trail riding more than duning. Well, I like duning. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but we live. 5 hours to the closest dunes basically. So it's like we're not going there every single day.
No.
And
but it is
we trail ride here, and I honestly would have went with the stock length round carrier, but I didn't want to spend all that money, and I wasn't actually planning on buying a swing arm. I wanted to change swing arms, but I wasn't planning on buying a swing arm, but I was forced to. So I went with the +2 just because trail riding and track riding is going to be much better than the +4, and that's that. I would have went with the stock, but I feel with the 4-mil, it's not going to ever keep the front end down. So I went with the +2, and it's still going to probably not want to keep the front end down because the only time I ever rode it with the +4 when that motor somewhat ran, it was
so he's putting the 4-mil into his bike, and it's going to be awesome. Hopefully,
we're going to leak it down today.
We had. What do you do in Reno? I went to the machine shop to get nickel sealed.
The cylinders got nickel sealed, replated. Nickel seal plated because they had shot.
They got sent out like right when this whole COVID stuff was happening, and we had to wait like a month for them to finally get done because the place that did it shut down.
Yeah, well, I waited 5 weeks for them. So
yeah, and that sucked.
The only time I rode my bike was the other day before I realized the crank seal was leaking because I was in a hurry and the bike was already in the frame and I leaked it down and it was kind of holding, but I couldn't find the leak, so I decided to, you know, reseal the reeds and reseal the head and stuff like that. And then I didn't put the leak down tester back on it because I couldn't hear where I was coming from, and because I was in a hurry and I got in a hurry, and that got me a leaky crank. Well, that's not what caused it, but instead of pulling the motor out and doing it right while I had the cylinders out, I could have just, you know, done it then and done it once. The stupid.
That's not how we roll.
No, it's not. The stupid crankshaft started leaking, and I didn't even get to ride the bike because I started it up. It idled great, but anything when you tried giving it a little bit more throttle, the left cylinder would die because it was just running so lean. And it didn't do any damage. The cylinder's still fine. The piston's fine. It's still got like 145 pounds of compression, but the crank seal was leaking. So tore it all down. Now it's all back together. Now the bike's gonna go back together. The crank seal's fixed, and the motor's technically back together, and we're actually gonna leak it down today once the sealant all dries.
That's another video.
That's another video. And hopefully it's not leaking, because I'm tired of messing with this 4-mil. It's like this thing's been nothing but a pain in the ass.
The Raptor 80, I put graphics on. It's super cute. Actually, we're having a lot of fun on that bike. We ride around the neighborhood. It's fun. I know, right? They're like not even caring that we're here. They're just having a conversation. The Raptor, my Raptor, I ordered graphics for that. Those are coming. I want what I had yesterday, but I want extra large. So an extra large, extra large raspberry Italian, sugar-free raspberry Italian cream soda. Anyway, ordered graphics for the Raptor.
Right.
Been waiting forever for those.
Sugar-free strawberry?
Raspberry Italian cream soda.
Raspberry Italian cream soda?
Yeah.
Just one. That's it.
What size was it?
The extra large?
32 or?
The biggest.
The biggest one you got.
All right.
Anyway, graphics took forever. Like first I ordered graphics from one company, like in England, of all places, but they did like really awesome graphics. In like 2 months, they still didn't have my graphics done. And so I was like, you know, whatever, I'm over this, let's just cancel the order. So then I found another place to get graphics, ordered those, and it's been now a month. And apparently their print head went down or something. But they just printed them yesterday. They're going out on Monday. So I should have those soon. And I think the bike's gonna look really cool. It's gonna be a little obnoxious, but I could be obnoxious too. We finally, I think, fixed the idling problem.
Yeah.
A lot of my videos, the bike would die on me and stall, and it was super annoying.
I might have to tweak it a little bit more, because I noticed after I messed with it, the throttle body was sticking at when it wasn't idling. Because the Raptor's fuel injected. There's a certain way you raise the throttle or the idle speed on it, and you think that there's a little idle adjustment thing on there, but there's two different screws you mess with, and there's a jam nut with pain in the ass. But anyway, there's a certain way to adjust it, and Cuerva Racing has a pretty good video on it because he's the man when it comes to these things. And I adjusted it, but then I noticed when the bike was off, the throttle was hanging up, so I turned it in a little bit more so it wasn't, the throttle blade wasn't sticking in a bore. And I haven't ridden it since, so I'm hoping that didn't change anything. But if it did, now I know I need to readjust it a different way, but it's not a big deal.
It's so funny because we like threw so many parts at this thing thinking it could have been the culprit, and it wasn't.
I wouldn't say we threw that many things at
Well,
it. We threw the lean angle delete thing at it, which helped out in that wheelie when it took me for a ride on the side because it didn't die.
It did, yeah.
That's what that lean angle sensor was for.
That was preventive thinking.
That was preventive thinking.
And there wasn't any YouTube videos on that, so it was a service to do that anyway.
But
Because
really,
like, who knew where that thing was?
But really, we didn't do anything else to it. I mean, we were going to test a bunch of stuff on it, like the TPS, but I don't feel it's a TPS because the throttle is pretty smooth and never have any cutouts, and we thought it was a fuel pump issue.
For you. There's that. And
Thank you.
Oh, it's so cold.
We thought it was a fuel pump
look at
issue.
that.
You too, thank you.
And
But it's not a fuel pump
thank
issue
God.
because we I think if it was a fuel pump issue, the bike would die randomly while riding it, but it never did that. It only died when you fired it up and it would idle and it would die, or you'd pull the clutch and put it in gear without throwing it and giving it a little throttle. Sometimes it would die, and sometimes it would just run great. It was weird. It was a really weird problem with it. So I thought it was something like electrical fuel pump or this driveway. Designed for rigs.
No.
And this guy's, no, that guy's not sitting there. Anyway, I don't think it was a fuel pump. I think the fuel pump's putting out. I do have a tester for it in case we do need to mess with it some more, but I really don't feel it's the fuel pump. I feel that's the reason why the people traded it in. They didn't know what they were doing with it. I don't think they ever even serviced that bike. I don't think they ever pulled the air filter out of it because when we got it, it was filthy. It's got pretty low hours on it. Like I said, it's hardly ever been ridden. And I feel that, instead of taking it back to Yamaha, because it probably still had a warranty, they just traded it in for a side-by-side because they didn't use it anymore, and it just sat around. So I think that was its destiny. It just got traded off, and they never fixed the problem. But really, all that they usually need is an idle adjustment, because a lot of them came out of the factory. These 2015 and up bikes, I guess, they came out of the factory, and they had that problem when they warmed up. The idle was too low, and they would just randomly stall themselves out. Because it's all computer control. There's no carb on it. It's fuel injection. You got a throttle positioning sensor. You got a fuel injector. You got an ECU for the whole thing and shit.
So what other updates do we have? What else has been going on? We have the Polaris 90, but we haven't worked on that. That went to my mom's house.
That's seized.
Yeah, it's seized.
So that whole motor is going to be coming off, and it's probably going to need a jackhammer to come apart, because that cylinder's on there probably good. I might have to soak it with some PD blaster through the spark plug hole, and hopefully it frees up somehow. What happened with that is I know exactly what happened with that. Those Polaris 90s, and I don't know if the blasters do or not, but I believe some of them did. They have an oil pump, so it has a 2-stroke oil injection pump that runs, and they're like the old RZ350. I don't know if the RD400 or the RZ350s had the Banshee original engine where it came from, motorcycles from the 80s and 70s. They had an oil pump that would just inject oil into your gas and pre-mixed it in the inside the cylinder, and that failed. And the guy didn't know it, so he just kept putting straight gas in the tank, and then all of a sudden it just seized the motor because it didn't have anything to lubricate the top end with. And that's exactly what happens a lot of times. I mean, if I had it from the get-go, even from brand new, I would delete that and just run premix in it, because it's just that much easier and that much better.
So you're going to delete it then?
I'm not going to even run it. I can't. I guess I could, but I'm pretty sure that pump's bad or something broken there. I haven't really taken a look in there, because I think it runs off like a cable system and it spins the pump or some shit. So it's a pretty good design, but they are prone to failure. So it's like an oil pump in your engine in your car or in a 4-stroke motorcycle. If the oil pump fails, your engine's done. Well, that's the same thing with the 2-stroke. You don't have oil in the mixture. You're done. Gasoline is dry. It doesn't lubricate. If it was diesel, it would probably run, but you can't run it on diesel.
We still have our blaster, but that's been tucked away for right now while we're selling our house. I want to load up our RV, the toy hauler, and go somewhere, but I guess we're waiting for you to get your bike back together.
Yeah, I'd like to have my bike back together, because it's not fun riding the other ones. Well, I mean, it's not the same.
And I can't think about if we have any other really updates that we're working on right now.
It's just been busy.
Yeah, just been busy cleaning our house.
We have a bunch of footage that needs edited.
Yeah, I got a MacBook for that. So if you guys noticed in our last video, or one of the last videos, because I don't know what order I'm posting this, but the Banshee sprocket that was edited on the MacBook, and gonna try to make a little bit better quality content for you guys. I would really like to grow the channel. I have a lot of fun doing the channel, so we need to get a bunch of likes, subscribes, and comments. If you've commented and it takes me a day or two to respond to you, I apologize. For some reason, I'm not very YouTube savvy yet, where I can like see that I have notifications for comments. because, you know, even if I check that every day, I still miss some. And I don't know how you get notified that you have a comment. So if I've missed your comment and it takes me a little bit to find it, I do apologize, but we try to like respond to everybody who leaves us a comment. But I don't know how to find them all. So if you know how I can find them all, I guess leave me a comment, right?
All right, but that's that. Enough of this Rambletron.
Yeah.
We're back home.
We're back home. We're gonna unload the little bike. No, we're not. Let's go to my
No,
mom's
it's going to
house.
Your mom's house. We
Habit. I'm so used to unloading bikes.
Well, and I was gonna pressure wash it maybe,
Yeah.
but it's just gonna go in your mom's house. At the
Oh,
carport,
we should
so,
pressure wash.
no,
No, it'll
it's
get
just gonna
dirty there.
filthy there.
Yeah. But we'll go
There's
back
like-
to the Banshee building.
There's like mice turds in it too, so
Lovely. I hope the wiring's good.
it looks to be okay. I think they were trying to build a nest.
We'll go back to building the Banshee, and I'll try painting my bumper some more. So, hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for watching us, being loyal, and sticking around, even though we haven't really done much for the past month.
No, we haven't.
But we're gonna try to change.
Yep.
We're gonna try. That's all we can do. See you later.
See ya.